Hey everybody, tonight I'm going to be making chicken cordon bleu soup. Well, first you want to put in your bacon. Normally if I also have some shallots and garlic in here, but normally you want to do onions first. As Chef Jean-Pierre says, onions are always number first unless you have bacon. You want to put the bacon in here, get that fat all rendered down, and once that fat's rendered out, we're going to add in the shallots and the garlic. Alright, we got most of the fat rendered out of there. I'm going to drop in our shallots and garlic. Those sweat down and release that aroma. And we'll want to try to be careful not to burn the garlic, because then it can turn really bitter and ill. And after we do this, we're going to add in the chicken. Alright, we got that all sweated down. I'm going to add in the chicken thighs. Now you can use rotisserie chicken for this, but I thought that this might be a little bit easier than sitting there trying to pull all the meat off of a rotisserie chicken. So just cut a couple of chicken thighs up, and yes, those cook not fully all the way through, because we're gonna basically braise these and get them all nice and tender. Alright, so this has been going for a little bit. I'm going to add in some chicken stock. Now, a lot of people say just use chicken broth, but chicken broth doesn't have the depth that chicken stock does. Chicken broth is just made from the basically meat of the animal, like beef or chicken, and water. Whereas chicken stock has the bones. It has mirepoix, which is 50% onion, 25% carrot, and 25% celery, and herbs like thyme, bay leaf, and parsley stems, and some black peppercorns. And just put that all in the pot, let that go for hours, 6 to 12 hours. But chicken broth, they don't do that, so this has a lot more depth and flavor. Just put that in there. And let it go until it's fully covered. Technically that's not braising, it's stewing. But we are making a soup, so put that all in there. You want to bring that to a boil, then reduce it to a simmer, let it go for 45 minutes, and while that's going, I'm going to top in a couple of thyme sprigs. Alright, so off camera I added some potatoes and some ham, and the potatoes, they're done, so I want to check them, and yep, we're going to thicken it now. We're going to take out that bouquet garni of thyme. And what we want to, you can thicken it with cornstarch. I'm going to use a beurre Marnier. Basically all it is, it's the same thing as a roux, but you put it in soups and stuff. It's just butter and flour. I'm going to put in a little teeny bit. Mix that all together. And you'll see that it starts to thicken up really nice. Once that flour and butter are all incorporated in there, once that's thickened to where you like it, you want to slowly add in the cheese and the cream. Alright, so I added in the beurre Marnier, got it to the consistency I want. Look at that. Alright, so what you want to do now, you want to kill the heat. Take a whisk. I'm using Gruyere, just fancy Swiss cheese. You can use regular Swiss cheese if you want. Take that, and just like you're making Camornay or whatever, you want to slowly add that in. Give it a chance to incorporate. If it gets too thick for you, you can always use a little bit more chicken stock. I have a second box right here. And remember, when you're cooking, you always want to taste as you go, so you can adjust the seasonings. Alright, so got the cheese in. If you want, you can save a little bit of the cheese to sprinkle on top. Let's taste this and see what it's like so far. Yes. So good. Now, what you want to do, heat's still off. And take the cream. Put in there however much you like, depends on how creamy you want it. There we go. Alright, I think it's time to plate this up. Alright, let's dish this up. And there, take some of the Gruyere right on top there. Right. Alright. Go. Wow. You've got to try this recipe. So if you like this video, click like, don't forget to share. Hit that subscribe button, don't forget to ring the bell, and I'll see you next time.